Hey there, today I want to share a short, really simple story with you, but don't let its simplicity fool you because it reveals this powerful truth about why so many of us feel stuck, like we just can't move forward. It's a great lesson and it's all wrapped up in a little tale about two rival gurus and their students.
But before we get into the story itself, let me just ask you this straight up. Do you ever feel like you're fighting today's battles with yesterday's weapons? Like you're all prepared for a world that doesn't really exist anymore? Just keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through this.
Okay, let's dive right in. Picture this. Our story is set between two ashrams, and they're literally right across from each other. Each one is led by a master, a guru, and they both have this very specific, kind of strange rule. They would only ever take on one single disciple.
Now, these guys were not friendly neighbors, not at all. The two gurus were these fierce intellectual competitors. And what probably started as, a healthy professional rivalry and debates, it just soured over time. It got so bad that they actually forbade their disciples from even speaking to each other. A total wall of silence was built right between the two schools. And you can really see this downward spiral of their relationship here. What started as simple competition just festered and grew into bitterness. And eventually, it hardened into outright enmity. It's this toxic, tense environment that sets the whole stage for our story.
So the disciple from the first ashram, he was incredibly lonely. His master was talking about these deep spiritual truths that were way over his head, and he had literally no one to talk to. So one day, he just decides, I can't take this silence anymore. He's gonna break the rule.
So he sees the other disciple walking towards the village, and he decides to just go for it. He walks up to him with a really simple, friendly question. He's not trying to start a fight, he just wants to connect. He calls out, "Brother, where are you going?"
But the answer he gets back is, it's anything but simple. The second disciple, who was probably coached by his own master, gives this ridiculously philosophical, evasive answer. He says, "I am a dry leaf, flowing where the wind takes me." What do you even say to that? The first disciple was totally stumped. He had no reply. And just like that, the conversation was over.
So he goes back to his ashram and tells his guru what happened. And the guru, of course, sees this as just another front in his ongoing rivalry. He immediately turns it into a battle of wits. He's like, "We can't lose this argument." So he gives his disciple a script, a prepared comeback. He says, "Tomorrow, ask him the same question. When he gives you that same silly answer, you'll say, 'But the wind isn't even blowing.' Got it? We will win."
All right, so let's fast forward to the next day and see how this brilliant, carefully crafted plan actually plays out. The disciple, he's armed with his perfect response, and he waits for the other guy at the exact same spot.
He asks again, "Brother, where are you going?" But the second disciple didn't repeat his line. Nope, there was no talk of wind or dry leaves this time. This time he just says, "I am going where my feet are taking me." And just like that, the prepared comeback was totally useless. The first disciple was silenced. Again,
Defeated, he goes back to his guru, who is now even more determined not to lose this little war of words. He's getting clever, the guru says, but we can be cleverer. So he comes up with an even more elaborate, logic-based trap. Tomorrow, he says, you will ask him again. And when he says his feet are taking him, you will ask, "But what if you had no feet?" So for the third time, the disciple goes out, he waits, and he asks his question. He's all ready with his complex, philosophical retort, and what does the second disciple say this time? Something frustratingly simple. "I'm going to the village to buy vegetables." No poetry, no philosophy, just a plain old fact. The trap was useless. The first disciple could only turn around and walk back in silence. So after 3 days of just failure, the disciple goes back to his guru totally defeated and confused. And it's in this moment, right here, that the real, powerful lesson of the story finally comes out. And you know what? It was never about winning an argument. So here's the crucial point, the whole reason for the story. The first disciple and his guru kept failing because they were trying to answer a present moment with a script that was written in the past. They just assumed that today would be a perfect repeat of yesterday, and they were wrong every single time.
This is what we can call past-based thinking. It's this trap of believing that life is static, that it doesn't change. And we do this all the time, don't we? We walk into a job interview with answers we rehearsed for last year's market. Or we go into a tough conversation with our partner, ready to argue about something that happened last week. We keep carrying yesterday's baggage into the fresh possibilities of today. And that, right there, is why we get stuck.
So how do we break out of this cycle? What's the practical thing we can take away from this little parable and actually apply to our own lives? Like, starting right now.
So what's the solution? Well, first we have to just accept that life is fluid. It's not fixed. Every single day is new. Second, we've got to stop scripting our lives based on old experiences. You know, real power isn't in predicting what's going to happen. It's in being present for what is happening. The goal isn't to have all the answers ready to go, but to be ready to find the answer in the moment, to adapt and respond to what's actually happening, not what you expected to happen. And that brings us right back to that first question I asked you, but maybe with a little bit of a new twist. It's not just about being stuck in the past. It's about being prepared for the present. So ask yourself this: are the solutions you're carrying around meant for the problems you faced yesterday? Or are your answers truly ready for today?